it's very important for any mind or enlightenment seekers to realize one of the most detrimental thing you can do, you the mind can do, to actually stifle the your self dissolution. Now that sounds like a negative thing, to stifle your self dissolution, to stifle the annihilation of your mind self. Sounds, that's a bit intimidating. But the mind will try and find an opposing value to what it believes will take place. So to stifle means it's not good. To establish bliss means it's good. I want the bliss. I don't want this, the stifling. I don't want the negativity. I want the positivity, you see. And that's the mistake. That's the misconception. You have no idea. You see, if you think you have an idea, if your mind tries to exactify what may take place, or even assume or guess what's going to take place, you're not going to get there. You have no idea what's going to take place. You have no idea what the outcome will be. You have no idea what the result will be. And it will not be it will not be even remotely close to even Ramana Maharshi or Buddha or Christ or Eckhart Tolle's experience. Not even remotely close. So when there's a sense of okay, I'm in it now. All fear, all worries, all expectations, all hopes, all beliefs, all associations to what's going to happen, all disconnection from the experience. That's it. I'm in it now, you see. And very quickly something establishes its own presence. It's on here and now. And it appears like there's something moving on its own. There's something pulling what is left of you like a magnet towards this that you don't know, this that you don't attach to, associate with. You just become that sensation of being pulled. And with no fear of, if I'm pulled into a pot of emptiness, it's okay. That they call surrendering. That they call giving up. Now what we're saying in a whole from the beginning to a possible end, a possible outcome, an ongoing outcome, an ongoing knowingness, an ongoing beyondness, where you're prepared to go even beyond the observer, the witness. Even the observer of the observer is found, and it's found as if something that is completely godly. No, not this. Something other. So the whole experience should be pretty stable on this quote. And I'm going to use the word presence because a presence is a point of a midpoint of what's going to take place. When you establish that there is presence and you are this presence, all is presence here and now. Ram Dass, Eckhart Tolle, power of now, right? Presence, and I'm only using the word presence, but in fact any word that comes, any experience that comes, any information that comes, any insight that comes, you must realize this quote. And I'm going to use the word presence. But you can use the word consciousness, you can use the word God, you can use whatever it is that you are trying to overcome that's in the way, even in a beautiful in the way moment. I don't want to remove this. This is not, no, I don't want to lose this. That has to be removed, you see. Even that has to be removed. So beyond I in presence, I want you to remember this. Presence itself cannot be whatever presence is, it cannot be it. And the minute you sensationalize presence, the minute you sensationalize God, the minute you sensationalize the experience, sensationalize means give it some meaning, give it some clout, give it some truth, give it some reality. You're going to become that sensationalizing. But sensationalizing, as we know, is only temporary. Yeah? To sensationalize a book, the reader reads the book. The story of the book comes from pretty average stuff, and it takes a twist to very, very exciting stuff. Wow, what's going to happen next? The writer is obviously sensationalizing. It's taking you away from that, what we call contented, free beingness, to give it some sort of drama. You're taking that one out of the reality, out of the presence, out of the consciousness, out of the godliness, whatever you want to call it, and putting it somewhere that's not true. You'll discover that when this sensationalizing has been overcome, what remains is just a flat line. And the ego calls it boredom. The mind calls it peace. Vedantists call it self. Buddhists call it emptiness. Christ calls it source. Hindus call it Atman. There's no more sensationalizing. So you're in presence. So presence itself appears to be a kind of experience of being present, of being here, being now, being non-dual. No mind to interfere with past and future, no mind producing thoughts, therefore I is presence. And when you say, you outwardly projected or inwardly projected, I experienced presence. You are trying to sensationalize and give another one hope and belief. It is kind of like motivational speakers. When you're over this enlightenment, when you actually say, you know what, I have to, enlightenment itself cannot be sensationalized. So therefore it has to pass. So when the enlightenment passes, you're seeing motivational speakers trying to motivate others to get them out of their truth and into a sensual place. We have conspiracy speakers who try to get you out of what you are into a negative, what we call a negative sensual place. And we have politicians trying to get you into positive sensual. Actually, that's not true. The politicians do nothing. The politicians don't tell you good or they don't tell you bad. They just tell you, No, there's no answer. We don't know. We simply don't know. So we're just going along with the flow. It's the those that have experienced um, being a winner or being successful or an entrepreneur. They're going to sensualize you into you must try, you must do this, you must do everything in your possibility to get out of this contented, peaceful, liberating place of non-sensualization and non-desensualization. It sounds so not worthy. And of course, if you're a kind of mind that wants action, that wants experience, that wants to taste something super duper, and is quite aware that pain will also come, that depression will also come, but that's okay. I'm here to live. I'm here to explore. I'm here to discover. I'm here to challenge. I'm here to compete. I'm here to have preferences. I'm here to fight. That's the way it is for you. The transition from removing your human identity, ego, mind, is to be removed from this existence. Not physically, psychologically. And physically, when the body goes, you will also be removed again. Even the psychosis, the thinker, the mind that cannot completely die will also go through a slight removal. How on earth are you able to transcend a body and a mind while you're hanging on to experiences, hanging on to hopeful challenges, hanging on to believing prospects, hanging on to seeking status, hanging on to negativity, hanging on to being poor? I want to be poor. I have all this money and I want to be poor. Money has served me no worth. I want to be completely homeless. I want to be poor. These are ideas and concepts. These are hanging on to differing qualities of something that we call fluctuating life. And no one is exempt from fluctuating life. Only those that get the calling from whatever it is that calls you to say, this is enough, this is enough, enough done, enough seen, enough. You have an option here, this voice says. You have an option. You can continue to go in decline or go in uphill battles and challenges, or you can just say, you know what, job done.